Oh dear God, he's doing Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. That's the collective sigh of everyone that just witnessed what happened. Everyone thought the same thing at the same time. Oh dear God, here we go. What's this gonna be like? How bad is this one gonna be? And not to mention, it's been a while since he's done a Let's Play at all. Right? I mean, I don't even remember what my last Let's Play was. I think it was probably a Ninja Gaiden 4. And by Let's Play, I mean specifically something that I've done on my own. Does that mean that I beat it? I can't tell. Is that challenge mode run? I haven't played this version of the game since like 3 years ago. Holy hell. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a few things first. I do not like, nor do I support the idea of doing a Let's Play through the means of the streaming service on, well, this. I don't think that doing this is a good idea on PlayStation Plus. The reason why I'm even doing it at all is pretty simple. Because PS3 doesn't like me very much. The preview's a bit laggy. Hopefully the video's not. No, it's okay now. I don't know. It keeps doing that thing where like every once in a while it's just okay and sometimes it's not. I wish I could skip these, but you can't. And to be honest, I'm very, 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 very tempted to just say, you know what, screw this. I don't even want to do this anymore because I'm just not a big fan of TOD anymore. You know, I used to be when I was a kid. I used to like TOD, but nowadays, not nearly as much, man. Not nearly as much. I mean, it was cool back then. You know, it had a really cool cutscene. It looked like it had a really fun world to play through. Really fun environments to go through. All that, you know, it was a very neat and awesome sounding game. But then then I grew up and played it more and then was like, yeah, I don't know, man. This just isn't it. This really isn't it, Chief. Same thing happened with Ratchet Size Matters and Secret Agent Clank. When I was a kid, when I was playing Size Matters, I loved Size Matters. I thought, like, wow, this is a very good game. And then when I grew up, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't like this at all. I do not like this game whatsoever. Well, there's little bits and pieces about Size Matters that's like, okay, I mean, it's a little nostalgic sometimes. It's got some good stuff here and there. But for the most part, I don't know. It's just kind of not really that awesome anymore to me. Secret Agent Clank. Hated it as a kid. I thought it was one of the worst Ratchet games I ever played. I didn't even know games could be bad. At least, well, I guess you could assume, like, at the time, I was like, well, there's no way a Ratchet game could be bad. There's just no way. I mean, it's Ratchet and Clank. It's such a good game, you know? And then I grew up and I'm like, wait a minute, Secret Agent Clank is actually pretty nice. It's actually kind of cool. I actually like Secret Agent Clank now. And don't even get me started on Quest for Booty. I skipped it on release, and I played it. I think I beat it for the first time ever when it came to PlayStation Plus. Because I had the option to finally play it. No, I owned it on PS3, but I never beat it on PS3. I didn't buy it on release, I know that. I think I probably bought it later. Or wasn't it downloadable deal? Wasn't it free anyway? I don't know. Well, whatever the case, I do actually have it on PS3, I believe, or at least I did. Not so much anymore, though, but hey. I think that's okay. Regardless, I was able to play it on PS Plus, and I thought, well, beat it on PS Plus. It took me like maybe, I don't know, a few hours. Because it really wasn't that long of a game, though, which was nice. But I still just really didn't like it. really didn't care about it. And, yeah. That's the end of that, I guess. Nexus came out. It took me a while to buy it, but I eventually did. I played through it a little bit. Or, I mean, I beat it, I should say. Not really a little bit, but, you know, I beat it. And then I was like, wow, that was just okay. Then Rift Apart came out. And I bought that. As soon as I got my chance to buy a PS5, of course, because, you know, we all kind of didn't have the options for that. Because of idiots. That's just how it works. Regardless, I was able to eventually get my hands on it, a PS5, and, of course, Rift Apart. It was okay. It was dramatically just okay. There was nothing spectacular about it. It was just fine. I don't have any other better way to put it besides, yeah, it's kind of Ratchet, but not really as great as the originals were, and, you know, I don't know. I still prefer Crack in Time, Ratchet 1. Hell, even nowadays, I still kind of, you know, I don't even mind 2 as much anymore. I don't hate 2 as much as I used to. But there was something about Rift Apart that's just, it's too small. It's too damn short. Ratchet Reboot, on the other hand, the movie, we saw the movie in theaters and we did not like it. There was a collective look at each other like, this is just not it, Chief. This really is not it. But Ratchet Reboot the game, though, that's a different scenario. Ratchet Reboot game was actually pretty good, I would say. So good, in fact, it makes me want to play the original game again. Because I actually really like Ratchet 1 a lot. I know some people tend to view Ratchet 1 in this weird, heinous light of, it sucks because you cannot upgrade gun. Well, technically, yes, you can upgrade gun. But, to be fair, the upgrade system was, you know, locked behind gold bolts, and then not only that, but it's a one-time thing, and then the cost of money was just insane, and trying to buy the Rhino was just insane, even with the glitch that you could do. Yes, there was a lot of just kind of, why would they do this type of stuff? Okay, well, first death. Alright, cool. That's probably going to happen a lot more often than you think. Not gonna lie, Ratchet TOD, you know, it's Ratchet and Clank anyway. Dying Ratchet and Clank is pretty easy to do, honestly. It's a pretty easy thing to pull off and have happen. Yeah, even though, like, technically there is an upgrade system, I don't know, I just don't like when people say there's no way to upgrade, which is just completely wrong. Like, you're trying really hard to make it be like this really terrible Ratchet game that you guys just think is terrible, when in reality it really just isn't. The reason why I like Ratchet 1 so much is because it feels like it's a platformer still. There's still that feeling of getting to play a fun collect-a-thon platformer. But then later Ratchet and Clank games just become, well, just shoot and blow up the enemy. There are platforming sections, don't get me wrong, which this one has plenty of, and they're terrible, but, you know, except for Metropolis. Metropolis is actually pretty good. This is probably one of the best, if not the best level in the entire game. Hell, I might just make this the entire video. Because I don't know if I really feel like doing all the rest of the stuff. I mean, TOD just kind of is just TOD. There's nothing really awesome about it. That's kind of the problem with it. There's a lot here that just, like, I don't care for. And now we're going to pop right into a cutscene soon. Okay, maybe not right here, but we're getting to one pretty damn soon. But yeah, I still like Ratchet 1 because of the platforming mechanics. It still feels like a good platformer. And on top of that, it doesn't rely too heavily on the guns, which became a thing. Like, you know, that's the tragedy of Ratchet and Clank, is you just want to just level up your weapons. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's fun. You know, we all like doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that that's what Ratchet became to me, was just, I'd rather just level up weapons as much as I possibly can while going through levels. But, luckily enough, Insomniac were still pretty decent at making levels for a while, so to an extent, I mean, Ratchet 3, and especially Ratchet 2, you know, I don't really care much for Ratchet 2 levels that much. Ratchet 3 just became more of like a multiplayer game, which was kind of the idea anyway, which sort of took away the platforming fun of it. Sadly enough, not counting the PSP games, but TOD was like the next step in Ratchet and Clank that made Ratchet and Clank back to its roots, so to speak. This is the closest I think we ever had, except for the reboot, where essentially the game still feels like it's a platformer, despite it having, well, in my opinion, not really good platforming sections. You'll see what I mean when I get there. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about when we show it off, but I don't know. I mean, real quick, another thing, like, people are, you know, they're most likely going to disagree. I get that all the time. Oh yeah, you can't skip cutscenes, thank God. You know, it's perfectly okay, of course, but just understand that my opinions are what I think of the game. Like, it's kind of hard to change my opinions now because I've played these games so many times that I think I've already ingrained into my system that these games are what they're going to be from here on and forever. We're never going to get that awesome combination of Ratchet games anymore. So let's talk about Ratchet games again, just because I want to just make this pretty well known. Since I did a marathon of them not that long ago, I think I have a pretty fresh mind about what Ratchet games are enjoyable and so forth and so forth. Ratchet 1 is still one of my favorite Ratchet games, if not my favorite of the trilogy, the original trilogy. Which sounds like heresy, I know, because you have Ratchet 3 there, but still. Ratchet 2 is okay. I like the first half of Ratchet 2, but then after that, it starts to kind of sink for me. I think the final boss kind of sucks, but then again, I'm not marking these games for the final bosses, or the bosses in general, because, I don't know, Ratchet bosses just, you know, they either hit or miss. It just really depends. That's always just kind of been a thing with Ratchet bosses is, you know, it's like with any game, really. You can't really fully just say, like, yeah, it's shit because, whatever. Either way, Ratchet 2 was fine for, like, the first half, but then after that I was like, okay, I don't really care for this proto-pet nonsense anymore. I don't like this stuff. Then Ratchet 3 has it's kind of the same thing with Ratchet 2, but kind of divided into different spots. It's not that the first half is really good, it's just that there are really good parts all throughout the game, but then it's also kind of subtracted by other parts that just kind of don't hit nearly as much. I don't mind tower defense stuff, but yeah. But at least Ratchet 3 has really cool weapons. I actually love the sewer system. I like the crystals that you collect in that one, even though technically I don't mind the crystals in 2, though. Crystal Hunting in 2 was okay. Well, at first I hated it, but then the snow one sucks, but the desert one's pretty okay. But anywho, after Ratchet 3 would be Deadlocked, and that's definitely one of my favorites, still. Still like Deadlocked a lot. It's funny because even though I miss Ratchet being a platformer, I don't mind Ratchet being a shooter if it's done really well. And then I feel like 3 and Deadlocked kind of did a pretty good job at that, so, you know, I give them credit for that. I also like the story of 3. I think, you know, the characters and stuff, I think it was a pretty funny game. And then Deadlocked kind of has some funny moments too, but 3 was definitely the time when things did change in a pretty good light, I'd say. And then after Deadlocked would be, like, technically probably Size Matters, which that game, after playing it recently, kind of sucks now. I don't really care much for it. It gets old real quick. It is still a Ratchet platformer. technically speaking, is probably actually one of the more... It predates TOD in terms of, like, actually being a platformer again, but it is so... just kind of whatever, in my opinion, that I don't know. Yeah. Secret Agent Clank is actually a pretty neat idea, though. Minus the quirk sections, which are just okay. I don't hate them, but they're just kind of there for me. And then after that, of course, would be like TOD. I'm not going to count mobile games because I don't usually count them anyway. TOD is weird. It's just like it, I don't know. Maybe because it was on PS3 and new engine update and everything looks different. They added a lot of weird stuff to it. Yes, rare titanium was a thing back in Ratchet 2, which they brought back. But now use it to upgrade weapons and such and what have you. I don't know. TOD is like a mixed bag. Like, there's parts where it's like, okay, this is kind of neat, but man, I just don't care for it anymore. I really don't. Metropolis was such a good level, and then they just fucking do this shit, and it's like, alright. Gelatin Factory shit, and it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. But they brought back the crystal hunting aspect of Ratchet 2, so that's also this. Then you get Ratchet Crack in Time. One of my all-time favorite Ratchet & Clank games. It's kind of lessened over the years, to be honest with you. Because it technically is more of a shooter, if anything, than as a platformer, but it's way better than TOD, in my opinion. After TOD, I guess technically it'd be like All for One, probably. I guess. Most likely, I don't know, All for One. It's a weird spinoff. It's not my favorite. It's okay. Full Frontal Assault's actually pretty not bad. I only beat it once, but, you know, I still give it credit for, like, it's okay. Nexus is also just very... whatever. It's fine. And then you have Rift Apart, I guess, technically next. And that one's just better than Nexus, but also still kind of fine. Reboot, though, I like Reboot a lot. I think Reboot's a lot of fun. I think Reboot's a really good Ratchet game. Because it's technically Ratchet 1, yes. But with the Ratchet 3 and onward formula of, you know, fully upgradable weapons and such. Which is nice. Here's this thing back from Ratchet 3. Kind of, sort of. I think so, I'm pretty sure. It essentially does about the same thing where you just get a multiplier for bolts and such. And there's even a timer that even shows you like how long it has left, which is really nice. There's a visual cue for how long this thing lasts. But don't get used to this stuff in Ratchet TOD, though. Don't get used to anything in Ratchet TOD. Sorry. Something else that made me hate TOD back then was... This was around the era where PS3 didn't have achievements just yet, didn't have trophies. So games like... Actually, didn't Uncharted 1 have trophies? Pretty sure it did. Ratchet TOD and, of course, Resistance 1 did not have trophies. Nor did Devil May Cry 4. And something about that always bugged the living hell out of me. Even Silent Hill Homecoming. Something about that always bugged the living shit out of me. But they never even bothered going back to even put them in, too. Which some games actually did. I forget which ones did, but some of them did. Technically, yes, DMC4 did with Special Edition, but that doesn't count. It's funny, because like the game did have in-game achievements. I just was so obsessed with trophies when they came out. I was like, this sucks. I don't like this because there's no trophies. There was something about collecting trophies, especially with the Ratchet game, that made it feel really nice. Because it's like, oh, I get to collect cool stuff. Outside of just, you know, stuff in-game. I get a reward for collecting things in-game, so to speak. I became a really big trophy whore. And I ruined a lot of stuff. Sorry. Apparently I'm sick or something, I don't know. Because it's been going non-stop for like fucking months on end right now, and it's pissing me off. I can't do anything. My throat's all fucked up, it seems. By the way, don't expect this to ever be finished. I don't know. This is one of those games where I get to a certain point, I'm like, I just don't care anymore. You know? Oh man, I wish I had more Airtanium to upgrade that shit. I mean, technically, your weapons do level up as you do kill enemies and such, which is just, you know, par for the course when it comes to Ratchet games. But, you know, I like the idea of having, I don't know. Actually, no, nowadays, I don't really think I hate the gelatin factor, gelatonium plant, whatever. I don't think I really hate it as much as I used to. I still don't like it, but I don't think it's worthy of hate much. I could be doing better things right now than this. Yeah, I could be. But here I am. Doing this fucking game. I could be doing Tomb Raider 1. But here I am. Playing Ratchet fucking TOD. Another thing that pissed me off too was the skill points in this game were so hard. Like turn everybody into a penguin. Make everybody dance throughout the game. It all fucking sucked. Why is there no gold bolt up here? That should be a reward by now. Like, you know, what the hell, man? Actually, okay, that's right. There's Titanium at least. Yeah, sometimes areas that would give you stuff don't actually give you stuff. Well, I mean, they give you different stuff, actually, I should say, more so. Different stuff being Ratanium. So I guess at that point, it's more like a pick your poison. Okay, game, you're gonna let me do my thing, or what? Oh yeah, we have Plasma Beast now. Kinda forgot we had that, actually. Alright. Oh yeah, do we even have magnet boots? Yeah, we do. Okay. Thank God, because you know, even though I love Ratchet 1 a ton, my lord, the magnet boots were so bad. They took forever to do anything in that game, and it's like, Jesus criminy, come on. You know? If you fall into the gel stuff, the gelatin stuff, they'll put you back up here. That's what those little pipe things are for, essentially. There should be nothing else in here, though, that I remember being in here, so at least down there, I should say. More specifically. And yeah, annoyingly enough, you're going to have to do... Well, you don't have to put it on the actual thing. You can put it right here. You don't have to do what I did. I'm pretty sure the game most likely knew that you would think about doing that, but I don't know. At least right here, you kind of have to do this to get kind of across, though. I don't think there's anything else. Nope. Yeah, again, I would be doing this on my actual PS3, which probably actually would look better, too, because for some reason the quality is... You guys have probably noticed it, too. I don't think I'm the only one that's seen it, but yeah, the quality looks awful. I've had complaints about that stuff before, where it's like, oh, you're playing a fucking... what an idiot. You're playing on the fucking PS2? Yes, in fact. That's such a weird thing to say to somebody, is like, wow, this game looks so ass. What are you playing it on? The PS2? For a PS2 game. That's probably most likely only playable on the PS2. Well, then again, I mean, you know, you can emulate things nowadays, I guess, but... yeah, actually, yeah. I'm playing on the original hardware with component cables. That was for Tekken, actually, I think that, yeah. Somebody was like, this looks fucking ugly. Like, okay. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm using component cable. I have no other choice. That's just how it goes. That's what it looks like. I don't know what to do to fix that. I kind of stuck. Alright, well, anyway. There's the cursed gelatonium factory. All complete. You're probably wondering, how the hell do you get that gold bolt I saw? Well, you can't. No, I'm kidding. You can. Of course you can. Can't do it that way, though. Nope, you're gonna have to go the long way around. God damn it. Then let me buy something! Yeah, gadgets in this game work a little... They're a little weird. They're not... For one, you can't upgrade them, which sucks. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, you can't really upgrade them, which sucks. Until cracking time. To some people, that sucks. To some people, it doesn't suck because some people don't really care for upgrading Groovatron and such. Which I don't blame them, but at the same time, I'm so used to it being a thing that can be upgraded that it's just weird. Zircon's the same aspect. I like Zircon, though, as a tool to use and get upgraded because, you know, it's just a free, like, mini turret that flies around, so not really free, but, you know, you get the point. I don't mind Zircon, but, yeah, I do think that eventually they get kind of old listening to the same one-liners. Especially with the family, you know. That stuff does get kind of old pretty quick. So, get used to that. What else can I talk about? Let's see. Well, let's talk about the other contenders of this universe. Well, not like this universe, but... Well, technically they have a shared universe, if you think about it, because they actually joined together a couple of times. PlayStation All-Stars and PlayStation Move Heroes. The other two famous PlayStation 2 mascots. I haven't done Sly 3 yet, and I haven't even done Jack 3 yet, surprisingly enough. So what the hell? Why would I rather do Ratchet than those? Well, the thing is, I mean, I like Sly, I like Jack. It's just, honestly, it's a lot easier to play Ratchet than it is those two, more often than not. And I have to kind of... I promised that I would wait to do Jack 3 with my brother because that's his favorite Jack game. So I want to at least just wait to do that then. I've already done mine. We've even thought about doing like a re-let's play of like the original Jacks. Like Jack 1 and 2 together. And then just do Jack 3 together officially. And then for Sly Cooper, I don't really have anybody that actually likes Sly besides myself. And 3's not bad, though. It's just, you guys know, it's Sly Cooper. They're very somewhat story-based, so I don't really feel like playing those that often. As much as I would do, like, Jack and Ratchet. You're kind of just so forced. If you play Sly, you're kind of in it to play it for the long haul, you know? With Ratchet and Jack, it's like I can kind of play for a little bit, turn it off, be fine. But those games, Sly kind of requires a bit more patience with it, and I just don't really feel like doing Sly 3 right now. It's not a bad game. It's just one of those, like, I'd rather do other stuff. But it does change up some things from 2, though. There's no collectibles anymore, so... Yeah. And then Sly 4 is... I've never beaten it. I still haven't beaten it yet. I get to a certain point, I get kind of bored and tired of it, and I just move on. I should have killed him, yeah, also. Or at least got some experience points from the plasma hunters. I think that's it. I think that's it for here. There's only just a few Leviathans that exist on this planet. Surprisingly enough. Most likely. Well, we're finally done with this one. Let's go to yet another shitty planet. Let's go. What else? Yeah, so like... For Jack, again, I have Jack 3, and then I have Jack X. We're planning on doing those. I might not do the PSP ones. Then for Sly, that loaded really fast. Maybe this was a good idea. For Sly, it'd be Sly 3, and I would probably just be done with Sly after that. I don't have any plans on doing Thieves in Time because I just don't... I don't hate it, but I don't care for it much either. What the fuck? Cool. That must have been a speedrun trick. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to Halo jump that, actually. Weird. But I'll take it. I mean, you know, if the game's going to let me have whatever it wants, I mean, I don't mind a little bit. Let it do whatever it has to do. But I'm still getting consistently shot at by something. I don't know what it is, and it's pissing me off. I also don't have the Hyperion Strike thing here, whatever it's called. The slam move that breaks boxes. That's a very good move to have. Whoa! Watch out there, Chief. Yeah, for Jack, it'd be Jack 3 and then Jack X. And then, like I said, probably not going to do the PSP games. I've never beaten Lost Frontier, but I have beaten Daxter. Daxter's a good game. Lost Frontier's okay. I still have a weird soft spot for it. I don't know. I don't hate Lost Frontier. I really don't. I get why people do. It's just I'm one of those that, you know, I think it's okay. I think it's quite an okay game. We could have bought the whip, by the way. You can buy the whip in this level. I'm not going to right now. It's kind of just... It's kind of whatever. Plasma Striker works 10 times... Oh, wait, that's right. No, you pick it up. Never mind. I thought it was one of those you buy it. Oops. Well, either way, I'm probably not going to use it that much. I'll use it a couple times to show it off, but I don't really care much for it. I don't think it's really a good weapon. I don't think it's a great weapon. Let me see. That's it for the PS2 mascots, though. What other stuff have I been wanting to do? I wanted to do Silent Hill Homecoming at some point. By the way, jump in circle. It's better that way. You're not going to get the kill from these guys, though, unfortunately, unless you just get them to get hit. And Plasma Strike these guys. Plasma Beast, not Strike. Plasma Beast these assholes, and there you go. Oh, yeah, for Ratchet, like, yeah, I still have the PSP ones I might do. But I do want to do Ratchet Deadlocked, but every time that we're going to go do it, either I end up forgetting to do it, or I'm just not in the mood to do it. And it never happens. And I'm thinking about changing that. I'm thinking about doing something to fix that problem of not doing Ratchet Deadlocked, because I'm getting tired of sitting on my ass, not actually playing the damn game and getting it finished already. Not because it needs to be finished, but it'd be fun if I did. I like Ratchet Deadlocked quite a bit, so it'd be nice if I did do it. And I have a way to do that. I mean, hell, it's actually something you can stream on here, too. Which is nice. That makes my life just a little bit easier. But, yeah. I would like to do Crack in Time. We'll see. Nexus doesn't sound very fun. And then, like, Rift Apart just sounds like it's okay. But I would actually like to do Ratchet Reboot. Because Ratchet Reboot's pretty good fun, I think. And, what else? Let's see. Well, we are doing Ratchet Reboot on my friend's channel. We've done 2 videos so far. And then, funny enough, in the second video, it happens to crash. Not that's a big deal, but it's just one of those things that did actually happen, and it sucks. Speaking of crash Trilogy would be nice. I think what I should do is just do... I'm not really in the Let's Play mood. I'm more so in the mood just to play these games, give myself an excuse to do it. Even though I have tons of other stuff I should be doing instead. Like streaming Bioshock Infinite, because I still have Lady Comstock to go beat down. But, she sucks. Predator Launcher is... decent. Weapon. I'll do more damage in bolts. I would love to get more bolts so I can buy more stuff. We'll get the cool upgrades for last. I don't know, I'm weird. But yeah, maybe we might do some stuff today. Because I got some time to do some things for a bit. Why not, you know? I kept sitting my ass like all day yesterday wondering what I was going to do with myself. And I couldn't figure it out. Again, I know I have things I could do to remedy that. And then I don't do them. because I'm stupid. Real quick, I think that... Hold on. To get back in that other area, I think there's a way back there. We'll see. What about a Let's Play of Ratchet 1? I don't think anybody would be interested in that, but... No, I mean, somebody probably would. I did Ratchet 1 like a long time ago, but see, that's the thing, though. That's where Ratchet Reboot kind of comes into play, right? I could just do Ratchet Reboot instead. By the way, not gonna lie, this planet's pretty okay. Cabalia's alright as well, the one we were just on. Metropolis is really good. I like Metropolis a lot. I think that's a good opening for a Ratchet game. It really sells you on the idea of doing Ratchet. Something else I thought about doing was Metroid stuff, but it's weird, because I've been trying to go back and play some Metroid games again. I'm just not in the mood, I guess. I'm just not really feeling it. And that sucks. Sucks when that happens. So, I don't know. I did not beat Prime 4, but I did get to the final boss of Prime 4. And, well, he gave me a really tough time. Not because the boss himself was hard, but I know I'm kind of spoiling things a little early here, but you have to protect people while you're playing it. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say that you gotta do... It's basically a protection mission, and it is completely ass, because he can kill them. And the amount of time it takes you to actually save the people you're with there, it takes too long. So guess who fucking hates it? That's right, I do. Yeah, Predator Launcher, it does decent damage, but I've never really been a fan of the weapon itself. I don't really care much for it. And same thing with the Tornado Launcher. I just don't like those weapons. I think they're just kind of whatever. Big, giant whatevers. Just don't really care for them, that's all. What more can I say? I was kind of scared. I was like, am I even recording right now? I hope I am. I mean, if not, it's fine. It wouldn't matter. Group attack. There you go. That's how you deal with those guys sometimes. And yes, they have electricity, so they can walk across stuff. Because of course they can. And then look! Gelatin launcher. Yay! Gotta do this again. Because the game loves having you do this. But not all the time, but just enough to where it's like, alright, that's enough. Real quick, give me 1 sec. There we go. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Yeah, it's that bad, I've told you. It's just constant now. Like, you can hear it all the time. It's like, dude, enough. I'm tired of listening to you fucking clear your throat. It's like, I get it, I know. I'm trying to stop myself from doing it anyway, but it's not that easy, it seems. Even if I take Mucinex, it's not going to save me any trouble. Things just don't work, man. It sucks. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here. If I remember correctly, I think there's like a bolt that you can go pick up. Well, I mean, there's going to be a part where you have to fly and... No. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, by the way, Quest for Booty, I'm not doing Quest for Booty. I refuse to do Quest for Booty. Well, I refuse to do it right now. I have no need or want to do Quest for Booty. You didn't need to do that, but I refuse to give the game the option of forcing me to do things it wants me to do. Fine, I guess I'm gonna have to then. I guess we'll have to use the gelatin launcher for this. Just to get some goddamn crates. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done God of War 4. God damn it. I think there was one point in time where I said I was never gonna do that. Or I never wanted to do it, but now it's like... Kind of. I've been in this weird mood of wanting to play it recently. I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I blame Evil West. It's gotta be that. Which, by the way, just to kind of let people know, am I going to continue Evil West? I would like to, but I might do it on my own, actually. I might just continue it as a single thing. It'd be a lot better if I did. Because, for starters, waiting a week to record, like, one fucking video of it is just not enough. It's one of those things where it'd probably be best if I did it to get over with, just because I like the game enough. But then again, I mean, I am kind of Evil West filled, so I did have my... I did actually have my fulfillment of it recently with beating the guide, so... But, once again, you know, I have to deal with people being people. And that causes issues. By the way, I don't think you're allowed to go off course just yet. That's something I think for later. Yeah, I'm gonna... This just popped in my head. I'm gonna call this... We're gonna do like a series of stuff. I might start like a bunch of series. I fucking hate this game. I might start like a bunch of different games and see where that goes. See if maybe, just maybe. Yeah, see, I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't leave it. God damn it, of course. So I might start like a few new Let's Plays that may or may not go anywhere. That I may forget that I even did. Like Shadow Warrior, for example, which, to be completely honest with you, it's probably left better just being finished and dead. I don't hate Shadow Warrior Reboot. I certainly don't. But there's certain games out there that just don't work for the Let's Play. And I just sometimes don't want to do a Let's Play of things. That's it. That's all there is to it. Sometimes I'd rather just play the games, and that's the end of that. I remember at one point I wanted to do like I think it was like a stream marathon of Doom. Not Doom 1 and 2 necessarily, but 2016 above. That kind of thing. I like having a fusion grenade to get upgraded, though. Bigger area, more ammo, bigger area again. Yeah, maybe I might just do like a ton today, and then we'll just see what sticks. Because sometimes I like playing my Ratchet and Clanks, you know? Depends. Again, I know there's better things I could be doing with my time, but... whatever. I wanted to do TOD for a while, too. Just to kind of do it, and say that I did it, you know? Give me an excuse to play the game again, and see if I hate it as much as I used to, even though I did a marathon of it. Offline marathon, I should specify, but yeah, I did a tiny little marathon of these things. I don't remember if this is timed or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. At least the Hydro Pack is already available, which is nice. Ratchet Reboot does that too. They just completely get rid of the need to buy it. And hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I do honestly think that Ratchet Reboot is probably most likely objectively better than Ratchet 1. They fix a lot of things, and not only do they fix a lot of things, they also add a lot of really nice stuff too. They make it more of a nice modern Ratchet game. The story, the writing was complete ass, but that's just, I don't know, I think that's just par for the course. I don't know why it's so fucking unfunny. I have no clue why. They made it miserable to... And they also fucked up Drek, too. Like, they really did a bad job with Drek. My god. They made him a giant cringe lord, and I really hate it. And you might say, like, well, these games are made for fucking kids. Like, of course they're gonna be fucking cringy. I know, but... we grew up playing these games, man. Like, you know, this is something that we like, too. These are games that are made for everybody. I hate that concept of, like, if a game's made for everybody, like a Lego game or whatever, it's like, oh, it's made for kids. It's a children's game. Legend of Zelda is a children's game. Metroid is a children's game. Well, yeah, children can play it, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that may be the case, but even then, still, like, it should still be viewed as, you know, a game that everybody can play, and everybody includes, of course, no surprise, adults too. But some people like to just argue that, like, oh, it's a children's game. Well, then, if that's the thing, though, like, if this is a children's game, then everything should count as a children's game, because, like, kids play COD. Is that a children's game? Technically, no, but, you know, by your logic, then yes, it is, because if kids play it, then it's a fucking game for kids. It's that simple. Noxious gas is absolutely ass. Leech bomb's okay, it just gives you... they're both gadgets, by the way. Leech bomb just gives you extra health, like, little bits of health back. So, it's basically pretty much a free nanotech box. Kind of. Noxious gas is just terrible. It does pretty much almost nothing for damage. I don't know why they even bothered with it, but... Well, the thing is, it's a Ratchet Clank game. Like, everything's supposed to do damage, unless it's Ratchet 2. Then, for some reason, everything sucks. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I didn't make the fucking game. Not everything sucks, but... Clank Zapper? I mean, really? Like, even the Zodiac just... No, Zodiac does okay. Zodiac's fine. They're both so costly, and they do nothing. At least for Clank Zapper and the shield thing. Shield barrier. Oh my god. Fucking hell, they brought back shield barrier in Ratchet Size Matters. By the way, I think these transitions are supposed to be there. Like, the game does... Like, it's a loading screen, but I may be wrong. I'm probably most likely absolutely wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about, but I think that most likely they're supposed to be... like, those transitions are supposed to be there, like, regardless of it being, you know, a loading screen or not. I think they just do it just by default. Ew. Hold on. Ew. Give me one sec. I know, I'm wasting time, but god, yeah, that's gross. Sorry, I had something on my fingy. It's almost wet, too. Like, ooh. I touched something wet, and I was like, ooh. Brother, ooh. What else have I been up to? I think I talked about this in my... Oh yeah, I'm doing a Batman guide. Doing Arkham Asylum, so if you guys want to check that out, it's over there on Hardcore In. How do we get across again? Do we just fucking jump? Oh. Well, I didn't see that there, sorry. Here's our ship. Thank God we can skip cutscenes, though, because holy moly, that would be really ass if we couldn't do that. I would really not like this game. If we couldn't skip cutscenes, I would definitely hate this game a lot more. But now that I'm playing it again, it's like, yeah, it's not completely terrible. There's aspects of it that are like, oh, I wish that wasn't there. Like this, for example. Yeah, this thing being a thing, I hate this shit. This little bastard spawns enemies. And it is so abysmally tanky, too. I mean, look at this. Isn't this just ridiculous? I mean, look at that. You call that fucking good? No, I call that shit. Oh, and then the Clank sections. Well, the Clank sections are okay. I've played so much... Look, Ratchet 1, like, original Ratchet 1 had terrible Clank sections. Ratchet 2 was not bad, actually. Not gonna lie. I kind of like the gadget bots in 2, though. Ratchet 3, I don't care for Ratchet 3s. I think the whole... Yes, I know it's bizarre, but the Secret Agent Clank aspect of it was just kind of whatever. I think they did a better job at that in the actual PSP game. Yeah, I was going to say, I better get a goddamn huge level from that. So that's the thing with Ratchet games, though, that I think most likely probably a lot of people just enjoy, is being able to level up your weapons and get like a shit ton of dopamine from it. It's really nice. It's really nice. It feels nice to have that happen. And luckily, these little turds give me just enough XP to kind of get that going. And fun fact, as a kid, I would always waste time just trying to kill these spawners, thinking like, if I do that, that'd be much more useful of my time. No. You're probably better off just leaving them around anyway, because who cares? In all honesty, you're better off just having them just be free spawners to get XP from. I truly am turning into a brony, aren't I? You can just hear it in my voice. I keep fucking up every word I say. I say things like I'm like widowy, like willy pwitty. Like everybody who's a brony has that same type of voice. Well, that's not true. Some call me Johnny's actually a brony, which is still something I never think would ever happen. But it's one of those like weird surprises that's like, oh, you actually are. Like, okay, well. I don't know, just like with furries, it's the same concept where as long as you're not an asshole and you're not a weird asshole, I don't think it really matters. As long as you're just not an asshole, that's all I wish people would be. It's just not that. You know? I don't really care what you like. Well, to an extent, but I mean, that even extends as well. You know, there's the obvious thing that you shouldn't be like, but I don't know, being a furry or a brony, I don't think is really bad, per se. You know, just, I don't really care for that type of stuff. And by furry, I'm talking specifically about the dress-up kind, and I don't know. I'm sure there's, just like with anything, there's always people out there that are, you know, good or bad or whatever. It's just it's the norm. What the fuck's going on? Wait. Follow me. Wait. Follow me. Okay, that's why. Okay. That explains it. I'm like, why the hell is this not... Oh, you little fucking turds. I forgot about the time slow thing. Yeah, Clank jumping and slow down is odd because it actually does go a bit faster in slowdown time. It's very odd. Look. Clank plays okay in TOD. He's perfectly fine in TOD, but man, do I just not want to do it. Yeah, make sure you probably slow down time here too, because, well, if you don't, it will suck. The button press itself, you know, I think I did open the thing, but I don't remember if it actually, I don't remember if it goes down, and, you know, if it, whoa, comes back, whoa, I'm dying over here. Yeah, get on with it. Let's go. Oh yeah, Zoni can attack too. There's no reason to fight enemies. Not in Clank sections because, well, yeah, you get bolts, but there's really no reason for this to do anything here. By the way, if anybody's wondering, what's the best Clank in any of these games ever? I would argue Crack in Time. I think had the absolute best Clank. Some people might even argue, like, well, you may think to yourself, well, what about Secret Agent Clank? Because, I mean, at least he's playable. That, like, he's full-on playable in that game. Like, the game's built around him. And, yes, you are right. That would technically, theoretically, be the best way to play Clank, which, actually... Okay, maybe it actually is. But, that's a damn good way of playing Clank. Not gonna lie. It really, truly is. I promise you. You can upgrade his karate moves. It's insane. But if we're talking like just regular Ratchet and Clank games, like just straight up Ratchet named, then yes, I would argue that Crack in Time is probably the best way to play Clank. The Scepter was really fun. The puzzles, they're okay, but getting that reward for finishing a puzzle was always kind of nice. So, that was always something I did enjoy back then. So I think whenever Zoni do something, like whenever they manipulate shit, I could have sworn they get erased. No, they follow. Okay. I don't know why I had that thought in my head, like, oh, they probably just disappear. I also don't know why the game has to keep telling me to do things when I clearly know to do things. Yeah. I'm more than well aware of what we have to do. You don't have to tell me twice. But here you're gonna wanna levitate right there. Alright, boys, just do your thing real quick. Get that shit over with. Don't put it near me. Don't try to crush me with it. Let's see, where's that other button at? Oh, there it is. There's usually 3 buttons, so they should be pretty easy to do. Also, what else makes a Ratchet game for me? Like, what makes it a good Ratchet game besides having good guns and... Okay, I guess, what's a complete package I would consider? Well, I would say good guns, that's a definite. Enemies that are fun to fight, that give decent XP and are just enjoyable as is. And on top of that, good levels. I think having a good level, like the way it looks, makes up for it. And good platforming. I have to have a lot of fun platforming sections. And boss-wise, it doesn't matter. Also, a good arena. I think Crack in Time Arena is really good. TOD's is fine, but that's about it. I don't care for it much anymore. Alright, that's our second Lombax ship part. Let's finish the ship and probably just call it a video so I can make sure this thing didn't lag completely. If it did, that might be a video gone, which sucks. But, you know, hey. Such is the nature of doing Let's Plays. If things go wrong, well, that's not good. These guys are tougher versions. I forgot to mention that. They're technically a slightly tougher version, but not by much. So, there's that. Down in the hole. Time to do some Ratchet 1 swimming sections. As you can tell, it almost feels as if TOD wants to try to remind you of Ratchet 1. It just gives off that vibe of like, hey, you remember that game? I hope you do, because it was a very cool game. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that game. I love that game. But this game, though, not as much. But like I said, I don't think this game's completely terrible. Just, I have other Ratchets I prefer to play. And that's usually the end of that. Here's your part. Don't forget it. I almost did. Okay, and now we get the hell out of here and do something else. I don't know where... I don't know which way we came from. I think it was this way we go. Oh, no, this is dead end. Okay, well, either way. I forget. Okay, that works. Well, there's anything else here, though. I don't think so. Yep, that's it. Alright, cool. That should be all the parts, I think. We get the hell out of here, call an episode, and then maybe I might start another episode, or I might do something else. I can tell you one thing, though, it's fucking cold in here, so I'm turning that goddamn heat back on. Because holy moly, I'm freezing my ass off. Oh yeah, there's still like... See what I'm talking about? I'm doing that shit. There's still like one more left. Like, can you stop? I think the thing is, like, I talk so fast, my brain just cannot keep up anymore, and it just fucks up my vocabulary. This might even be the last one. I don't remember. I hope so. No, it isn't. God damn it. Well, the last one's near the ship, so it's fine. And you can't get that over there, I don't think, yet. Because I don't think you can. Look at these nice bolts we're getting. Pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah, charge boots. Are they even equipable yet at all? No. Well, that sucks. Well, at least I have a thruster pack. Something cool about this game, though, is you can actually just equip these. Yeah, like straight up, you can just equip that. Pretty cool, huh? Even the flying wings, but you're probably better off just doing that one. Even though in all not that one. Even though in all technicality, I do prefer the look of Clank's original helipack. But thruster pack, though, yeah, most people play a thruster pack, I think. I do, at least. I'm so used to the fusion bombs being on the right side, not the left. It's weird. Throws me off. Yeah, not gonna lie, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a little bit of fun playing this. Yes, at first it was like, okay, I'm not really in the... my heart's not into it. Now it's more so... you know, it's kind of okay. Ratchet 1's always been just... Ratchet TOD's always just been kind of okay. There were times where I didn't want to play it, of course, just like with anything else, but... Even now, it's like, well... For a Let's Play, it's okay. This might be a keeper. I might do this one. My hagged bag of stuff I'm doing. What happened here? What are those? What's that? Who are these? Can I do this? Can I get in the ship? To the next planet we go. Skipping that shit. Skipping that shit. Planet Muko. This is going to be your arena level. So get used to being here quite a bit. If you're going for everything. Because you will be doing that a lot. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time for some more Ratchet and Clank TOD. If I continue it, I might. Because right now, like I said, I'm trying to think of... Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, let's just get this over with. Never mind. Cancel that. Cancel that. We're going to do this shit real quick. I fucking forgot this was a thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I don't... Look, I don't mind shoot-em-ups. I like them, you know. I enjoy shmups from time to time. I don't care for TOD. I think these are just whatever. They're fine, but they're just whatever. They go on for so fucking long, too. And you're better off just hitting the thing, like these obstacles instead. If you even can, because, you know, the game doesn't let you. Because, yeah, that's the thing sometimes is... You think, you know, oh, I must have hit it. Nope. These give you bolts, mostly. The ones that glow with a bunch of different colors, like yellow and purple and shit or whatever, those typically give you gold bolts, I think. Yeah, the shooting is fine, just... Sometimes it doesn't look like it hits anything, or it doesn't really seem like it wants to. It's really irritating. Yeah, also, not gonna lie, something else too is get used to the pirate motif. That's the thing in this game. That's not just a quest for booty thing. That's just straight up TOD shit. So, yeah. And then I think every one of these has a boss. You know, I'm wondering. I mean, because I know that a lot of this stuff is kind of Star Fox 64-esque. I wonder if... I should say just Star Fox in general, but... Either way, very Star Fox-esque. I wonder if maybe Gummy Ship had something to do with them doing this too. Gummy Ship from Kingdom Hearts 2, because it's very on-rails shmup section. Which, I know most are, but like... It's one of those things where it just gives me Gummy Ship from Kingdom Hearts 2 vibes, and I... Yeah. The pirate aesthetic and everything too is just like very oddly familiar. There is going to be a gold bolt thing coming up down here, by the way, so watch your 6. Oh yeah, I didn't want to do Pac-Man World 2. I think I did. Still can, but I don't know. Like I said, I'll probably just do like a grab bag of stuff, and whatever sticks. And if you guys like this stuff enough, you know, I might be like, okay, maybe I might consider keeping some things around if it's like, oh, I actually enjoyed that. I know there are times where people enjoy thing and then I quit thing, but this might be one of those cases of I might keep thing for a little longer than I usually do, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really in the Let's Play mood. I'm just more so... Oh, yeah, I have to collect all of them to get a gold bolt. It's just, I don't really want to stream, and not right now. I don't feel like it right now, so this just gives me something to do, I guess. Keeps me a little bit occupied. Makes me feel like I'm actually doing something. Even though realistically, again, I'm technically not. By the way, don't worry about using missiles here. They're almost completely pointless. You will pretty much gain nothing from doing a missile shot, so... I missed the engine fight from Crash 3. That was a good fight. I wish the engine would go back to doing that. He only did it like twice, though, which sucks. Yeah, Crash Huge Adventure, and then also just Crash 3. Like, engine just completely changes in different games. Hell, even Pac-Man World 2 copied off engine from Crash 4. Yes, I remember I was doing a Let's Play Crash 4, don't worry. You probably should be worried because I might not finish it. Oh yeah, if you shoot that thing, you should do more damage. But it doesn't pop out all the time, though, so... And done. Alright. So, yeah, I will, if my mood still sticks, I will try to continue what I can. Not just from this game, but I might try a bunch of different games today and see what sticks. And then if... I'll probably most likely continue this. I think that this game's decent enough to where, like, you know what? We've gotten this far. We're like an hour in. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Just do the damn game. It's okay. Hell, I want to play... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to play more. So, that's a good sign of things to come. Anyway, that's it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time for some more Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. And as always, take care, everybody.